Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Susan's Life with ALS, and I am Susan and I have ALS. Today I thought I'd talk about pain, depression, anxiety, and muscle spasms. All of those things play a significant role in anybody that has ALS, at least from my experience. So I'll start with pain. I think that pain comes from not being able to move. ALS, you start to lose function, and you lose function, but you don't lose feeling in that limb, in that extremity. So you can still feel pain. And so when you can't move that extremity, let's say you can't move your leg, then you can't move away from the pain. You can't shift your position to be able to kind of get away from the pain. So I get pain in my lower back, and I have trouble turning away from that pain. Turning my body to change positions so that my lower back isn't getting pressure. So I have that. I get pain in my right wrist, and that feels like it's tendon pain, like tendonitis. And I do use my hands to brace myself when I'm transferring. So that pain is always with me. My left ankle, when I was still ambulating with a walker, this happened at 1:30 in the morning. I went into the bathroom and my cat came right behind me and got tangled up in my legs, and I fell and broke my ankle. So I still get residual pain. That's long healed, but I still get residual pain from where that was broken. I get edema, and it's still, even without the edema, it's still a little bigger than it used to be, swollen kind of. And I also get pain in my right hip. I had a complex tear of the labrum in my hip, and so that acts up still, even though that happened 3 years ago, or 4, I think, at this point. So that's the pain that I live with in my body. I am on chronic pain medication, and that does help. I forgot to turn off the fan. So that does take the edge off, but the pain is still there, and mostly just because I can't move away from it. So, let's see, depression. I think depression is pretty common with people that have ALS, and you spend a lot of, at least for me, I have to speak from my experience, I live a lot in my mind. My brain is failing to send messages to move in to my extremities, and so I can't count on my body anymore. I can't count on my brain or my body. So I've moved into my mind, and that's where I live. And if you have depression, then where you're living is a hostile environment. It's not a happy place to live. It's not a safe place to live. I have a baseline that I can live at, where right below the baseline is something bad would happen. Right above the baseline is just the ideation of whatever bad is going to happen. So that's where I am living right now, is just right above my baseline. So let's say here's my baseline. Here's my mood. It's right there. I don't want to be here because something bad will happen. I'd rather be up here with my mood and my baseline be way down here. Unfortunately, I'm right there. So, anxiety, just in 2021, I have had 2 panic attacks. One was very severe. The way panic attacks affect me, I get this tightening in my chest. I get shortness of breath. I get hysterical, crying, pressured speech, gasping, and sometimes these can last 10 or 15 minutes, and it's almost like I have to ride them out for it to end. It's got to play all the way out, so I can get that release. They're not pretty for somebody to look at, that, watch me have a panic attack. It's not great to have to listen to me when I'm having the panic attack. And I have a really great husband, and he is very understanding, and he will stand by and make sure I stay safe while I'm having my panic attacks. So the last thing is muscle spasms, and that's pretty common with ALS. What it feels like is when a cramp is when you feel a cramp coming on, you kind of get that, you think in your mind, oh boy, here comes a cramp. And it stops just short of a full-blown cramp. But even the spasm that leads up to a cramp is pretty painful. And I can't move away from it because I can't move my legs. Let's say the cramp is happening in my calf. I can't move away from it. But it doesn't go to a full-blown cramp, it's a spasm. And it's just really uncomfortable, and that happens probably a couple of times a week. So pain, depression, anxiety, and muscle spasms, probably something I'm going to have to live with the rest of my life, where it's just going to be part of what I have to deal with, and part of all those things combined keeps my depression pretty severe. And I know this is worse than my other baseline that I filmed probably 2 years ago, maybe. And I'll link that video for comparison. So thanks for watching, and I do appreciate the nice comments that I'm getting on my videos. They are just a welcome respite to read those, and I do appreciate it. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.